welcome. We are going to be doing the intro to the gentle yoga class that I teach at the studio. This approximately about 30 minutes, hopefully, give or take. It will end in Shavasana. However, if you would like to pause before we get into Shavasana, then you can go and do the longer restorative class after that. And so we'll begin in sitting. So if you have a block, I suggest sitting on that block. So you take your block and you put your sit bones on each side of it. And what that helps to do is help open up your hips a little bit more. So we typically fold our legs in, however is comfortable. If you want your legs out, you can certainly do that. But if you can tuck them in, I always tuck my right foot in first. So challenge yourself, maybe tuck your left foot in first and see how that feels. It's going to feel different, but switch it up a little bit. Maybe after a couple minutes, switch again, creating that balance throughout your body. So then just kind of get yourself comfortable. You can put your hands in your lap. Like I say in class all the time, palms up, and you're inviting things into your life. You're being more open. Palms down, it creates a deeper sense of grounding. And so I'm going to have palms down for today. I'm feeling that need to ground down a little bit. And then from here, once you start to ground down, feel your sit bones push down into the ground, and then the rest of your body elevate up. So we're creating this straight line in our spine. Hands down, then close your eyes. So once you close your eyes, you invite your thoughts to go more inward. So start to focus on inside. Whatever jumps out at you, go ahead, acknowledge it. Maybe it's an emotion. Maybe it's a physical feeling. Just creating that awareness, starting to listen to our bodies a little bit more. And once you start to become a little bit more settled, then start to turn your focus to your breath. Focus on deepening that inhale. If you can pause a little bit at the top of your breath. Then a nice, long, slow, controlled exhale out. You can do this a few times. Inhaling, feeling your ribs expand, and long, slow exhale. Start to create a sense of purpose for your practice. One more nice slow deep breath in, fill your lungs. And then a long slow exhale. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze that tension, and then roll them back and down. And you can do this a few times, bringing your shoulders up, squeeze, and roll back and down. And then with your shoulders all the way back and down, turn your head, look over your left shoulder. Turn, look over your right shoulder. And then back to center. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. So you want to make sure that you're actually bringing your ear to your shoulder and not your shoulder up to your ear. So relax that shoulder down. We're just letting our head drop down to the side. To intensify this stretch, drop your hand down, lift your fingers, push your palm towards the ground. That really ignites that right side of your neck. You can stay here, or you can wrap that arm behind your back and give it a little tug, creating that tension. So now when we're bringing our ear to our shoulder, lift your chin just a little bit. Feeling the muscles on the front of your neck, and then roll your chin down towards your chest. So you can go back and forth, just pausing anywhere that needs a little bit more of a stretch. Come on back up and switch sides. I'm going to switch my legs out. So switch sides, bring your right ear to your right shoulder, your left hand drops down, lift your fingers, push your palm towards the ground, and then maybe wrap that arm behind your back. Same thing, we're just bringing our ear to our shoulder, not our shoulder up to our ear. Everything's relaxed on that right side. Feeling that stretch on the left side of your neck, lift your chin, and slowly roll your chin to your chest. Bring your chin all the way down to your chest. Let it trace each collarbone. Up one way. And down, up the other way. And down. Do that a few times. And then roll your head around in big circles. At some point, change direction. Go the other way. Come back to center, do the same thing at your waist, nice big hip circles. Change direction. And then back to center. Interlace your fingers out in front of you, push your palms away, and then reach all the way up to the sky. Kind of shimmy around a little bit, lengthening that space between your ribs and your hips. Just really creating space there to create movement through. So then once we reach all the way to the sky, lean to the right. As you're leaning to the right, try to keep that left hip pushing down. So we're not letting our whole body go up. And then let your right hand drop down. Keep reaching with your left hand. And you can find what feels better. Palm down, palm up. Push that left hip down. From here, turn your torso, look up to the sky. Rotate open as much as you can. And then going the other way, spin that left hand down to meet your right. From here, lengthen up your spine completely so you're not leaning over anymore. Nice long spine, and just move into a gentle twist. We're not fully warmed up, so we don't have to go deep into a twist. Just a nice gentle twist. And then slowly release back to center. Same thing other side. Push your palms away, reach up to the sky. Again, shimmy around, finding movement, finding length. And then lean all the way to the left. Drop your left hand down, reach with your right hand. Palm down, palm up, rolling your shoulder open as much as you can. Turn to look up to the sky. And then spin that right hand down to meet your left. Lengthen your spine and twist it out. Again, just a gentle twist. And release back to center. So we're going to make our way down onto our hands and knees at this moment. So if you have a block, you can remove the block. We're going to come onto our hands and knees into tabletop. So from tabletop, put your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. We're just going to wake up our scapula or our shoulder blades. So right now, I have everything flush, but notice what happens if I just let my shoulder blades slide up and then I push away. So just do a few of these, just kind of glides. So you're feeling your shoulder blades glide in and out on your back. You can do this a couple times, just finding that movement through the shoulder blades. And then finding a neutral position, let's find cat and cow. So as you inhale, lift your head, drop your belly. And again, you can feel your shoulder blades slide in towards your spine. And then as you exhale, round your back, drop your head. And again, now you're pushing your shoulder blades away from your spine. So do this a few times on your own. Inhale. Exhale. And let your hips go side to side. Wag your tail a little bit. And then from here, let's walk our knees wide. Just about the width of our mat, but bring your big toes to touch. And you can sink back towards your heel. We're finding child's pose. If you want to use your block under your forehead, you certainly can. So what that looks like is this. You're going to sink back into your hips or into your heels, and you're going to just rest your forehead on the mat or on a block. Your hands can go next to you, or they can reach up towards the top of your mat. We're here for a few breaths, so take a number of deep inhales and long, relaxing exhales. Slowly make your way back up into tabletop. From here, let's reach our right arm forward. Our right arm forward and your left leg back. So opposite arm, opposite leg. And just notice right now, if that hip is hiking up, try to level your hips out. Raise that back leg up. You can stay here, or you can work to bring your knee to your elbow underneath your body. So do that a few times, knee to elbow, and then back up. And then let's switch sides. Left arm, right leg, knee to elbow, inhale, back up, knee to elbow, inhale, back up. And then release that down. This time, let's extend our right leg back. So we're getting a stretch through our right calf. If you put a little bend in your knee but still push that heel down, the stretch moves down to your Achilles. But if you lengthen your knee all the way up and push your heel, it moves back up into the muscle belly of your calf. And then from here, shift your weight onto your left hand, your left knee, bring your right hand up to the sky. And then relax it on down. Switch sides, bring your left leg back. Same thing, check into that calf. Bend your knee, straighten your knee. And then shift your weight onto your right hand, your right knee, bring your left hand high. Maybe start to look up towards your hand, towards the sky. And then release that back down to tabletop. We're going to make our way into downward facing dog. So hands under or in front of your shoulders just a little bit. Extend your legs into a plank and then push back into downward facing dog. And you can walk your feet forward a little bit more and keep your knees bent to bring your heels to the ground. Or you can keep your heels lifted and just straighten one leg or the other. From here, look towards your hands. Start to walk forward. With your knees bent as much as they need to be to let your ribs come towards your thighs, let your upper body relax into ragdoll. Bring your hands to your hips, hinge at your waist all the way up to standing. So we get up to standing, let's shrug your shoulders a couple times, walk your heels together, and then close your eyes. Shift your weight forward and back and left and right. Bring your hands to heart center, ground down through your feet, feel the rest of your body lifting up. Deep breath of gratitude in, and a long exhale. One more, breath in, and breath out. Blink open your eyes, reach up to the sky. Grab a hold of your left wrist, or right wrist, left wrist, whichever wrist, and lean one way. Lean to the right, and then back up, lean to the left, and then up. Find goalpost arms, so squeeze those shoulder blades together, spread your fingers wide, and then from here, send your hips forward, lift your heart up, deep breath in. And then hands to heart center, exhale it all out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, rise all the way to the sky. Lean to the right. And up, lean to the left. And goalpost, heart lifted. Exhale it out, forward fold. Let's do one more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. With your breath, rise all the way to the sky. Lean to the right. And lean to the left. Goalpost arms. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. This time, bend your knees. Sit your hips. Finding chair pose. So chair pose, a lot of times what I see is people go like this. So our knees are coming down over our toes, which is really hard on our knees. So instead, imagine there's a chair behind you. So we're sitting back into that chair. I don't care if you're sitting on a high stool or if you're coming down as far as you can go. So we're just finding chair pose. It helps to reach forward to get that balance, and then you can bring your hands up to the sky. So we're sinking down in our chair. You can stay here, you can work to find movement. Maybe rotate open to the left or back up. Rotate open to the right. Back up to center. Sink down a little bit lower. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Lift your left foot up. Step it straight back, crescent lunge. So, on our mat, to find balance, widen your feet, lengthen. Okay? So we're having as long legs as we can here. Front knee bent, back leg straight. You bring your hands to your hips, and notice what happens if you drop the front of your pelvis or lift the front of your pelvis up. It just changes the pose. So whatever feels right to you. Back leg straight. Hands can reach high. Crescent lunge. Stay here or work to rotate open to the right. Inhale, back up to center. We're going to move through this just a little bit. Straighten your front leg, and then sink back down into your front knee. Drop your back foot down, finding warrior one. So your whole left side opens up. You can even feel that left hip open, and then turn your torso back towards the front of your mat. Straighten your front leg, and reach forward as far as you can. Now, if you're feeling really comfortable, you can always take that block and reach forward with a block or even I've got my couch here. And then once you get here, you can work to straighten that front leg a little bit more again. From here, there's all sorts of places you can go. You can keep that left hand down, bring your right hand high. And then use your breath to inhale all the way back up. Both legs straight. Bend your front knee. Warrior one. Staying here, you can interlace your fingers above your head, or you can bring your hands behind your back. You can stay here, or you can pull forward to a humble warrior. Inhale all the way back up. Rotating open warrior two. So now in this warrior two, walk your right foot towards the center of your mat. Straighten your front leg. A lot of times in warrior two, I see uneven hips. So let's level out our hips. See the difference? Level out your hips, and then feel your front knee slide forward. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Warrior two. Now from warrior two here, look down your right hand. Maybe close your eyes. Turn your palms up. Reverse your warrior. Left hand slides down, right hand high. Inhale back up. Bring that right forearm onto your right thigh, left hand high, or if you have your block handy, you can bring your hand down onto your block. Try to rotate that torso open towards the sky as much as you can. Inhale back up, warrior two. We're going to straighten our front leg. Now you can let your hips go wonky. Now you can let your hips shift to the left. Reach your right hand forward and drop your hand back down onto your shin or onto a block for triangle pose. Slow your breath down if it's starting to get away from you. Use your breath, inhale up. Let's go the other way. Left hand slides down, right hand goes high. Both legs straight. Inhale back up. Shoulder shrugs a couple times. And then turn your torso back to the top of your mat and lift your heel. So we're back into that crescent lunge. We're going to go crescent lunge into airplane. So shift your weight onto your right foot. You do not have to take flight. That left foot can stay down, or you can start to hinge at your waist and make your way to airplane. From airplane, we're going to go eagle. So we come into airplane, bring that left leg around the right. So it looks like this, left leg around the right. Elbow under the other, latching your hands if able. Ultimately, if you can bring that left foot all the way around the right calf, by all means. There's no perfect pose. One more breath in. And then slowly release and shrug your shoulders. Sweep your hands high. Lean to the side. And other way. Goalpost arms. Exhale, forward fold. My fireplace was getting way too hot on me. Whew. Halfway lift. Forward fold. This time we're going to bend your knees. I'm going to face the other way, but you can keep facing the way you're facing. Sink down into your hips. Finding chair pose again. So we're back in our chair. Work to sink back even further. And if you want to have your hands in front of you like this, you certainly can, or you can reach them up to the sky. Take a couple slow, deep, calming breaths. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Raise your right foot up. Slide it straight back, crescent lunge. Toes all point forward, that back heel lifted. Hands to the sky. Rotate open to the left. Whoa. Inhale, back up to center. Feel your shoulder blades slide down your back. So your shoulders aren't up in your ears. You're letting them slide down. Drop your back foot down, finding warrior one. So that right hip opens up. And then straighten your front knee. Reach forward as far as you can. And this can be actively reaching here, or you can drop your hands down towards the ground. Try to maintain a flat back so you're not rounded here. You have a nice flat back. And you can stay here, or again, you can keep that right hand down, bring your left hand high. That front knee can stay bent a little bit. Bring your left hand down. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Whoa. All the way back up. Bend your front knee, warrior one. From here, open all the way up, warrior two. Walking that left foot towards the center of your mat. Straighten your front leg again. Remember this hip thing? The right hip wants to be higher, but level them out. And then slide your front knee down. Open up your front knee, arms up. Look down your right hand, or left hand, sorry. And just relax. Find the ease in this pose. Palms up, reverse your warrior. Right hand down, left hand high. Keep that front knee nice and bent. Inhale up. Exhale down, extended side angle. That right hand, right forearm can go on your thigh or onto your block. Inhale all the way back up, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Now your hips can go side to side. Shift them to the right. Reach your left hand forward. Let it land where it lands. Block your shin, the ground. Inhale back up. Right hand slides down, left hand reaches high. Inhale back up. Turn your torso back to the top of your mat. Lift your back heel. Back into that crescent lunge. We're going to go crescent lunge into airplane. Shift onto your left foot and start to take flight. Your hands can stay back by your sides, or you can reach them forward. I'm really off balance today. My mind is in 100 places. And then from here, take your right foot around your left, finding eagle. Right leg in front of your left, right arm under. Elbows start to pull up and away. Sweep your hands high, deep breath in. Lean to the right and up, lean to the left. Goal pose, heart lifted. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Hands down onto the ground, finding tabletop. Flowing through a couple cat and cows, hips side to side. Let's step our right foot forward. Right foot forward, let your left hip lunge down. Left hip lunges down. push back up. Sit back towards your left heel. Straighten your right leg. Sorry, my computer keeps freezing on me. And then release. Both knees back, we'll switch sides. Step your left foot forward, let your right hip lunge down. Finding any variation of this that you want. Sit back towards your right heel. Straighten your left leg. And release. From here, we're going to do one more child's pose. So you can either bring your knees wide or you can keep your knees narrow, sinking back. Again, your hands can reach forward or you can bring them back by your side. Using your hands, push yourself back up. We're going to make our way to sitting. So if you want to have a seat, walk your knees to one side, spin your heels around. Make our way to sitting. We're going to bring both legs out in front. So from here, let's bend our right knee. Step your left leg over, or angle it across your mat. And then step your right leg over your left. Sit up nice and tall. So it doesn't do you any good to do a twist if you're hunched down. So you want to sit up nice and tall. And I really like using my block in my right hand. So if your right knee is bent and over, the block would be in your right hand, and you're going to bring your left shoulder to your right knee. So lengthen up as tall as you can go, and then reach behind you. Use your block for leverage. So put your block on the ground, and then you can pull that block to help pull you into the pose. This allows your body to stay upright a little bit more. Earlier in the practice, we didn't go into the twist as deeply because we weren't warmed up. But we're nice and warm now, so really lengthen up and try to move into that twist as much as you feel comfortable doing. And then slowly unwind back to center, straighten your leg. Let your knee drop down. So from here, your knee is dropping down. Maybe grab a hold of your thigh, of your foot. Just kind of cradling your leg. You can rock side to side. And then release it down. Switching sides, angle your right foot across, step your left leg over, lengthen up your spine and twist it out. Opposite shoulder to your knee, long spine, nice twist. And then release it back to center. Let your knee drop. And again, you can push down on that knee, lean forward just a little bit. Everybody feels this in different places, so there's no right or wrong place to feel that stretch. And then from here, grab a hold. Cradle your foot. Give your legs some loving. And comparison is a thief of joy. So if your leg's way down here and doesn't want to come up any further, that's okay. I've been practicing yoga for a long time. And so just move into wherever that is for you. And then relax. Bring the soles of your feet touch. Knees wide. Same thing, so this is Supta Baddha Konasana, or Baddha Konasana, sorry. We're going to sit up nice and tall and start to pull your chest forward. Walk your hands forward. Now, there's a few different movement patterns you can do here. You can keep walking your hands forward. You can walk your hands over to your right side. Grab your right knee with your left hand. Or you can walk over to your left side. Back to center. And back up. Keep your feet together. Slide them out as far forward as you can. And then forward fold again. And then back up. Heels on the ground. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. So heels on the ground, shoulders roll back. We're going to slowly start to lean back and lift our heels. Finding boat pose. You want to make sure that you're not rounded here. Squeeze those shoulder blades together into boat. You can have your knees bent. This is fine. Or you can work to straighten your legs. Okay, so find whatever version of boat floats your boat. Keep breathing. The harder the challenge, the deeper we breathe. Options here, you can grab your big toes, and you can work to straighten out, or you can even go out wide. And then release. Keeping your feet flat on the ground, slowly roll all the way onto your back. So feet flat, knees bent. Kind of adjust your hips so that the small of your back is flat. You don't want your back to be arched to where you have a space in between there. You want your back flat, engaging your core. And then from here, we're going to lift our hips. So lift your hips up towards the sky. You want your shoulders, your hips, your knees to eventually be in a straight line. So you don't want to be hanging out down here. You want to challenge yourself by pulling your hips up. If here's where you're at, that's okay. If this is a challenge, that's okay. Eventually work to lift it a little bit more every time. And then slowly lower down. Walk your feet to touch so that your ankle bones touch, your knees touch. Squeeze your knees together, lift your hips. And you might find that you're a little more wobbly here. Your base of support is smaller. And then lower on down. Let the soles of your feet touch. Knees drop wide. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. So from here, squeeze your heels together. Let your knees drop open and then lift your hips. Woo! And then lower on down. Let everything rest here for a moment. Now, if you really love this pose, feel free to pause the video and hang out here a little longer. It's one of my favorite. You can even bring one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Otherwise, bring your knees up. Take your right foot on your left thigh. So right foot on your left thigh, you're going to reach around your left leg and pull up towards you. So now roll side to side just a little bit, trying to get the small of your back flat. As you pull up towards you, push your tailbone flat. So you're pulling one way, but you're pushing down the other way. So pull up and then push down, and then rock your knees to the left just a little bit. And that might open up that right hip quite a bit. If you're feeling a really good stretch here, stay here. Otherwise, if you'd normally do pigeon on the front, so prone pigeon, then you can grab a hold of your right leg, kind of like what we did with our sitting pose, and then just let your left leg go straight to the ground. So this is like pigeon on our back a little bit more intensely. When we let that left leg go straight, it equalizes our hips, our pelvis. Bring your left knee back up and relax. We'll switch sides. So take that right foot on your left thigh. Reach around your right leg. So as you're pulling that right leg up towards you, push your tailbone flat. Maybe rock to the right just a little bit. Again, that might be all the intensity that you need. Or you can grab a hold of that right leg, like you cradled it, or that left leg, sorry, and then let your right leg go all the way down to the ground. Again, so this is mimicking a prone pigeon. Bring that right knee back up. Bring both knees to your chest, rock side to side. So we're finding our happy baby. So you're going to bring your knees to your chest, let them drop wide, and reach up, grab your feet. Happy baby. Pushing down on your feet, bringing your knees towards your sides, maybe rocking side to side. And then bring your knees back to your chest. Let's straighten our left leg. So straighten your left leg all the way down. And then take your right knee, pull it over to your left. Turn your head, look over your right shoulder. So we're getting a nice twist throughout our spine. And release back to center, both knees up, rock side to side. Straighten your right leg, and then pull your left knee off to the right. Keep that left shoulder on the mat, or on the ground. And then release back to center. Bring both knees to your chest, rock side to side. We're going to roll onto our left side. So roll completely onto your left side. And then take your right hand, open all the way up so that your right shoulder comes back down onto the ground. So another twist just opens up a little bit more through the mid-back. And then slowly unwind, bring yourself back up to center, other side. So roll to the right, and then unwind. And release back to center. Knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a big hug. Acknowledge your awesomeness. And then let your legs go straight, setting up for Shavasana. So Shavasana is our resting pose. So you're going to bring your shoulder blades flat on the ground, palms up, arms wide open as much as they can be, that's comfortable. Kind of shake out your feet, let them splay open. Close your eyes. Feel your body relax. Start to notice tension starting to let go. I'm going to end this video with you in Shavasana. I invite you to stay there as long as your body wants to, as long as your body needs to. With the realization you have nowhere to go and nothing to do. So allow your body to just be. When you feel as though you've had a long enough Shavasana, gently roll to your side and move slowly to sitting. Allow yourself to sit for a moment or two before getting on with the rest of your day. Slow, deep breaths. Enjoy your Savasana.